cheers.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Yeah. The Snapple.
I'm in Vegas with an athlete friend of mine. Keep in mind, he's doing a lot better than me in life, okay?
You already know where we're
Naturally,
at.
I want to keep up with him. So before we go out, he said, Kev, don't worry about nothing. I got you. Everything is on me. I said, hey, bitch, I'm a man. I'll pay for my fucking self, okay? So we go out, he get a table, I got a table.
Part
he
2.
got bottles, I got bottles. He had bitches come to the table. I didn't have no bitches. I had my aunt. My aunt was with me. I'm not gonna call my aunt no bitch. I love her too much. But regardless, we having a good time, okay? Now I'm not gonna lie, I got the bill. I didn't like it. You ever get a bill so high you try to put it in the light like it's gonna change?
Coy, you ever get that?
Hold on, okay. But I said, I can't bitch about the bill. Reason why I can't bitch about the bill, because he didn't bitch about the bill. So I said, you know what? I start talking to myself. I said, Kev, just pay the bill. Pay it. So that's what I did. I paid the bill. I go to my room. I go to sleep. Here's why I don't mess with athletes. Next morning, I wake up. My boy that I was with, he called me. He said, Kev, yo, last night was crazy, wasn't it? I said, man, I had a ball. He said, well, guess what? We're going to do the same shit again tonight.
Well, thank you. Welcome to the Men Don't Know podcast. I am the man of many friends and the creator of this podcast, Chris Boone. And here on the podcast, we talk with a married guy, single guy, and a guy in a relationship. And we ask a bunch of women a bunch of questions that men want answered to over wine and cocktails. And today, we're going to part 2. I got my boy B back. Thank you for coming back, B.
Oh, no problem. Anytime.
And we're getting back to that Vegas life and really about to deep dive into situations, scenarios that you ran into, and, you know, any advice you could give them for the up and coming Vegas people that are moving here. Those single guys, those guys in a relationship, any tips and tricks you can give them. But of course, I got my boy and my assistant Coy here because he drove me up here. Coy, what's up, man?
What's up? Back to back.
Yeah, back to back. So first and foremost, I'd like to thank all my listeners, everybody that's subscribed, everybody that's telling everybody else about it. You can find us on Instagram at Men Don't Know, Twitter at Men Don't Know 1. You can also find us on Google Play, Spotify, Apple Music, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and YouTube. And of course, you can always look up mendontknow.com and then select the perfect streaming service that you would like to select after you scroll down. So let's get to it, bro. All right, B, we're gonna head straight into this, man, and we about to deep dive into all the questions, but craziest night in Vegas, bro.
Ooh.
Yeah, craziest night in Vegas.
All right, so let's see. So I was at Marquee one night, and I was hanging out with a friend, a real good friend. Always comes to Vegas all the time. She's super cool. You know, she just wanted to hang out. You know, I was like, that's cool. You know, I finished my work. She's at the bar, just drinking. We're just taking shots left and right. You know, having a good time.
How many shots? I gotta know,
bro. I don't know. Maybe like 6-7 shots. Yeah, I'm probably deep in 4-5 drinks too. You know, and we were just chilling, you know, like it wasn't like we had any tables to go hang out or anything like that. Just you know, sitting at the bar, using up all my drink tickets. Y'all know all about them drink tickets.
Hey, man.
Y'all remember all that 150 drink tickets that you
spoiled life.
That spoiled. Oh yeah,
throwing them away at the end.
Oh man, Coy, man, making people's dreams come true.
Blessing people.
Blessing people. Fixing up relationships at the bar. He's like, hey, here,
hand them out to people that don't look like they're having a good time.
Yeah, hey man, here's 10. It's 10 drink tickets.
Just have a good time.
This will change the night, bro. I'm trying to tell you. I hate to cut you off, but dog, though, you know, handing people 10 drink tickets to the bar, that'll change the night immediately.
Yeah, because they might be having like, oh man, I don't want to spend this much money. I mean, it's like $30 a freaking round of drink, or 2 drinks, or even more.
Yeah,
with tax, with tax, and you know, tip. You're looking at $40 for a round for 2 drinks. So I mean, you give them 2 drink tickets. That's 10.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 10. Oh man,
that's $400 right there.
You know what I'm saying? To go.
It's like $200
Thank you so much.
All right, so go ahead.
So anyway, so we were drinking and we were having a good time, and the next thing, I don't remember anything else after that. All I remember is being at the bar, and then the next thing is I'm in my room. I wake up early in the morning, probably like I think 9-10 o'clock in the morning.
Okay. It's not our Uber. Go ahead.
And then I looked to my left and I was like, it's her. It's my friend. You know, the one I was hanging out with. Huh? She's in the bed with me. We're both butt naked. All right. So she woke up and I looked over at her. I asked her, I was like, it happened, huh? She's like, yep, it happened. And I was like, oh, it's like, and then, you know, like the thing is we have a really good friendship. So like, I didn't want that to ruin our friendship. So I kind of like, you know, hey, I don't want this to ruin our friendship. Yeah. And she, you know, she was super cool about it. It's like, yeah, no big deal. You know, it's like, we're always going to be friends and whatnot. So
damn, still a dope relationship to this day.
Well, we do the funny thing is she actually moved out here, but she has a man now. Okay. So, I barely talked to her though. I think because like after I got into a relationship later, you know, we just kind of lost touch or whatnot.
Okay.
But, you know, but we, you know, like we're still follow each other on Instagram and stuff like that. Okay. So, but so so after, you know, she's like, yeah, it happened. And I was like, and she couldn't find a phone. So I was like, you know, like I couldn't find her around the, you know, bed. But I see her panties and all that stuff. So I'm like, I should. So it's like, here you go.
So it happened.
Yeah. So it definitely happened.
Happened. Yeah.
And then so I was like, maybe the phone's in the car, you know. So I was like, all right, let me go check outside. So I go outside. I was like, fuck, the car's not there. And I was like, shit. I was like, but my car keys are at the same spot I always put the car keys at.
Okay.
I was like, so I was like, man, for once I was responsible, you know, like Uber. Maybe I actually, you know,
took Uber and left.
Yeah, I took a taxi or whatever, you know, and like, so actually back then there's no taxis because there's no Ubers. This is like, you know, way back in the day, right? You know, 2012 or so, 2013.
Yeah.
So I come back and I was like, hey, like I guess we took a taxi last time because my car's not there. So like let me get my dad's car and then, you know, drop you back out to Cosmo because that's where she was staying at. So drive the Cosmo and drop her off, you know, by the elevators, and then I do a round in the parking lot, just driving up and down in the parking lot just to look for my car. All right. So I look for it, no car, right? And so I call security at Cosmo, and I was like, yo, do you know any car got towed out of here or anything like that? And they were like, nah, no cars got towed last night or, you know, anything like that. So I was like, fuck. So I hit back to the house and I was like, you know, call my dad. I was like, you know, Dad is like, I think my car got stolen last night. So I'm like, fuck. So I ended up, so Dad's like, you know what, just call the insurance company, make a claim, and call police and do a report. So I called the insurance company and tell them like, you know, the car got stolen, blah, blah, blah. I was like, but hey, and they were like, have you reported it? I was like, nah, not yet. And then he said, well, when you make the report, when you get that, you know, report number, call us back so we can make the claim, start on the claim. So I was like, all right. So I called 911. They said this is going to send some, you know, detective or whatever, like not a detective, but a cop to take the report or whatever. So I'm sitting in my living room just chilling. 20, 30 minutes later, I get a knock on the door. So I go up the door, I open the door, and it's the cop. Cop looks at me. He's like, first question he asked me is like, who drove last night? And I'm like, what? It's like, and I'm like, with a question mark, I was like, I guess I did, you know? Like, I was like, you sure? It's like, I don't know. I really don't know. Like, I just told him.
You can't tell him that you had a bunch of drugs.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't want to say that.
That's a hard question to answer.
Yeah, put myself under the bus, you know? Yeah. So he's like, follow me. And I'm like, God, like, what is about to happen? So I go outside. He outside the doors. He walks to the left. Now, out of my house, when you walk outside, if you look to the right and you look to the left, you know, it's a straight street. And then both ways turns to the one to the right side turns to the right, and then the left side turns to the left. Yeah. And it doesn't go straight, right? Right. So, but you can't see anything that's on the left side after you make that turn because it's blocked off by a big brick wall. Gotcha. So he's walking, and I'm right behind him. And then right when we hit the corner, he's like, oh shit! And like I see my car, right? And he's like, is this your car? I was like, yeah, that's my car. And then I was like, I was thinking about, I was like, how did he know, you know, my car, you know, being there? Because I guess I guess he came from that direction, but my license plate has a personalized license plate. So he saw it right away on the drive. And so he's like, why don't you check to see if everything's in there? I was like, I'm pretty sure everything is fine.
Everything's fine.
But everything's fine. Yeah. And then he goes like, hey, at least this was the fastest stolen recovered car in history.
I hope they caught that burglar.
Man, that's got to be the craziest car story I've ever heard.
But I don't think that's the craziest one, though.
Wait,
That's not
what?
the craziest story about a car, though.
Wait, in
Because
Vegas?
in Vegas,
that has to deal with you?
Well, a friend of mine.
Okay.
It had nothing to do with me, but we were all out at the same night.
Uh-huh.
And he's a good buddy from that used to live here, and now he lives out in the East Coast. And so we went out to Marquee. We were hanging out, and he was like, "Hey, yo, let's go to Rhino." And then we all ended up at Rhino having a good time.
Yeah.
And then the next thing we got separated. I don't remember anything. And then the next morning, dude calls me up. He's like, "Yo, B," it's like, "Can't find my car." I was like,
Oh God!
I was
Stolen.
Like, all right. So the thing is, he goes to there's a casino right by his condo where he lives. It's off of Flamingo. So Tuscany is the casino, right?
Okay.
So he was staying at the Le Madeleines or something like that across the street. So his usual game is like he would go there, gamble a little bit, or eat because they have like this $3.99 breakfast. So he'll hop in there, eat, and then go across the street, go to sleep.
Yeah.
So what happened was when he got to the door, he tried to open his house. He didn't have keys.
The ones attached to his car.
Attached to his car, right? So what he did was he's like, "Fuck, where's my car keys?" So he backtracked back to the Tuscany, took a cab. I guess he knew where he went. You know, he was at Rhino, so he went back to Rhino. Tried to backtrack, went back to Cosmo. Nothing, right?
Shut up.
Hold on, you guys were drinking the whole night?
Whole
Right?
night, bro. I mean,
Yeah,
nonstop. You know, there's drink tickets, bro. So, and then he's like, I don't know where it is. I don't know where the car's at. And I was like, dude, bro, are you kidding me? He's like, I still don't know. But then I was like, dude, maybe you might want to just report it. It's like, dude, I can report it because it's my sister's car. Like, oh my God. But his sister lives in the East Coast. So, but she just let him have the car because he moved out to Vegas.
Yeah.
But he didn't want to make any claims or anything because if he gets back to his sister find out that dude lost her car. I was like, oh man, he's gonna get a new asshole ripped, right?
Yeah.
He didn't want to say anything. So like we didn't even talk for a bit, and like like a month later, I'd be asking Joe, I was like, yo, it's like, you get your car, but you find a car. Like, nah, bro, still no car, right?
How long?
A month later, right? Still no car, and he still hasn't reported it, right?
Ah, bro, come on.
So this is like towards the end of my nightlife, right?
Okay,
Because I got a job opportunity out in California, so I moved to Cali, right?
Yeah.
Cali, I was working in Irvine, like right across by Irvine Spectrum Shop. Like I remember this day like it was yesterday because I was at lunch and I go to Irvine Spectrum and I'm walking back and then I get a phone call and it was Joe. I was like, and then I was like, oh shit! I knew right away this is what it is. It's like something about the car, right? So I answered, it's like I first thing I say, let me guess, you found your car. It's like, say, bro, how you know? Like what? I was like, what else would you call me for? We don't talk, like every day or anything.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, man, they found my car. I was like, how long did it take you? He goes, 6 months.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be like a month later.
No, 6 months without a car.
Later, no car. During that 6 months, he was like taking taxis and stuff to work, or he was walking to work and stuff. But 6 months later, and I was like, dude, where was the car? He goes like, I guess when I got out of Tuscany, I took the car to some neighborhood that he's never ever been, right? Never ever been, and he was sleeping in his car. And I guess he left the keys and everything in the car, but the keys weren't. It wasn't like it was exposed, right? It was like, I guess it was somewhere in the sides or whatever. And he ends up telling me like, I guess the neighborhood didn't think too much of the car, thought it was like a neighbor's car, and they just had it there for a long time. But then eventually they looked like it was an abandoned car. So when in an abandoned car, they get those stickers on their, on the car, right? And then apparently there was too many stickers. So it was like, they realized they got to run this VIN number and see where it's at. And then, of course, they went back to his sister eventually.
He's like, what are you talking about?
Man,
so you sure you didn't lose your
bro.
car? It's like, so everything got spilled out at that point, right?
Yeah.
I guess his sister kind of laughed it off at that, 6 months.
6 months, bro. Yeah, man. That's
I mean, how do you pull that off for 6 months and not telling anybody about it, and then finally finds the car?
Nah, I'm gonna give it 1 year. I know it'll show up in 1 year.
Oh my god.
So I would have to say that probably trumps mine, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
I think so. Yeah. 6 months without
6
a car.
months without a
oh,
car,
definitely
yeah.
trumps
At least
that.
it's out here. You get
Right,
taxi
exactly.
everywhere, kind of close. You know?
True,
Yeah.
but I mean, the funny thing is, like, he didn't even bother looking for it. You know what I mean? Like,
probably
why
just
not even
went-
look for it? You know, like,
Nah, he was just went back to his day-to-day routine. I was like, oh, fuck it.
hey, you know what?
Wow.
If sister don't know, I ain't gotta worry about it.
Oh, his sister found out.
Sister found out. All right, I guess at least it'll be a fun story.
Oh,
so.
absolutely. Okay, so let me ask you this then: is it better when friends come into town or worse?
Oh man, that's a good question. You know how I feel about this.
Well,
sometimes.
especially when you're in the promoting industry.
Okay, so when I'm promoting,
yeah,
I don't care because I'm already out and about.
Yeah.
It goes in hand. So if you come out on freaking Friday night, Saturday night, I don't care. Let's do it.
okay.
I'm all about it.
Oh fuck.
You know, you remember like I would back
Yeah.
in the day at Cosmo, you guys trying to come into Marquee, I would hold like entrance tickets for you guys.
Yeah.
So you guys knowing you guys coming in late.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'll hold that. So I know I'm going to have a good time anyway. So I was like,
Yeah.
I'm already out. I'm already working. So it doesn't make a big deal. But what I don't like is when friends come into town on my days off. Right? When I'm trying to get my sleep in, you know. Those are the days that I was like, man, why you got to come in now? Wait for the weekend. I was like, oh, yeah, but, the rooms are expensive. I was like, so.
Yes, sir.
But see, that's the thing about Vegas, right? Every day could be a Saturday night in Vegas because there's a club open every night, night of the week.
Yeah, no, that's facts. That's
And you are in the adult playground, so everybody comes here every weekend that you know somebody.
And they're going to contact me every single
exactly.
time. So, I mean, and then at the same time, like, they are my clients, because I do make money, like Red said, right?
Yeah.
Clients
Yeah.
are money, right?
no,
So
fact.
so you do make money. So if you do keep helping them, that's residual income because you help them one time because they're gonna talk to their friends and they're gonna refer me. So that's more money in the long term.
Yeah.
So that's the one thing about the industry that like you can't try not to say no to as much as you can because you know in the long term you're making easy money off these people. Not that you're making off these people, but they eventually, help you out in your money making, situations and opportunities. So, I mean,
What's better money though? Is it better money promoting for the clubs or better money promoting for the strip clubs?
Oh, so strip clubs you would make way more money.
Really?
Oh yeah, it's crazy because strip clubs is different, right? So, strip club is all about getting the customer in there, right?
Because they don't care about anything else.
No, the moment you get him in there, game over. Because they know now all the strippers are there.
They got you.
They got you.
Yeah.
They're gonna show you a good time. The strippers are gonna do their thing.
Yeah.
So they're locked in. I'll tell you a good story.
Okay.
Oh, this is a good one.
Pass
I'm
it.
pretty sure I've
Go ahead.
never told anybody about this one though. But I had a group of guys that it was 17 dudes.
17 dudes.
17 dudes.
I guess that's the move when you have 17 dudes.
Right. So here's the thing though. 17 dudes coming into Tao had a table. So 17 dude, it was like almost like $6,000, $5K min table, and they had a pretty good spot and whatnot. But these guys wanted to go to the strip club before they came to the club. Before, right? So remember, everybody had a piece that they had to put into to the table, right?
Yeah.
And of course, we don't take it up front. We take it when they came to the club, right? And they pay at the end of the night. So I set them up to Sapphire, which is one of the nightclubs in Vegas, and they get there, they have a good time. I set them up with a limo and everything. Now, how it works for the strip clubs is we get to set them up at to the strip club. They get picked up by a limo. They get taken to the limo. I mean, they get taken to the strip club. Now, the strip club, you don't pay cover, all right? The guys don't pay cover. They don't pay for the limo, none of that. the only thing they do is they just go in and spend money.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, what the strip club does to us is they give us, based on what they do. If they do a table, it's a certain amount of money per head that they get. We get. But just to bring them in there, some strip clubs give you $20 a head.
What?
$20 a head. Some plus, like not the great clubs, they'll give you about like 10 or 15. Okay, which is
still
pretty
good.
good. I mean, it's $170 or like 240 or whatever.
Yeah, 240 on top.
Yeah. So anyway, so
that's 340.
Yeah, 340.
So don't worry. Hey, bro, I took that math.
So I mean, with the strip clubs, that's how you make your money. It's because as soon as you get them in there, they know they got you. They're gonna handle their business out inside. So, anyways, so I'm waiting for them at the table. Set up the table and everything. I'm waiting for a towel. These dudes supposed to be there like 10:30, 11 o'clock. Oh, they show up.
They do?
Oh, they did. They showed up. Only half of them showed up. Everybody's still stuck there. One dude was deep in like $3,000. Bro, he even did cash advances with his credit card. All right, like he was just saying, like he just wouldn't leave. Dude went to the champagne room upstairs. So, dude ended up losing a ton of money.
Okay.
And so when he came back to the tower, I was pissed because I have this table set up for you. Now you guys not coming in, making me look bad. Yeah. That's one thing I hate about. That's the one thing I hate about the situation of setting up people is my money is based on people showing up, right?
Yeah.
So if you don't show up, I don't get paid. So in this scenario, I made my money on the bottom end with the strip club, but then I could have been making more. I've double dipped it, right? So I didn't make any money at the club. So they ended up, I was still able to set up for the 9 guys, luckily, right? I was able to get him a normal table.
Okay.
It wasn't going to be a prime top table, but I somehow talked to the lead, the lead host, and he said he got me a spot because I have pretty good relationships with the lead VIP host. So luckily they got it in there. So like I said, but at the same for your question, so that's how the strip clubs pay you based on. What they do.
Hold on, I got a question. So, obviously, 17 people show up. They pay you per head. How do you know what they spend inside, and how do they make it official for you?
So if I book it as a table and they go in there
and they go ahead and spend it,
they automatically know. Okay, right? Because obviously, I'm gonna know from the clients too. Hey, how was the table? They're gonna be like, they're not gonna lie to me about it. But then I'll check with the strip club like, they did this. Now, let's say they didn't have a table, but they get a table eventually. Then I don't get paid because that comes with the host over there. That comes with the host making a deal there, right? Gotcha. So that's his job. So he did his job on trying to get them a table with a bottle instead of just a table just for them to hang out. So in that scenario, we just get paid for the heads and then
Gotcha. Damn.
So I mean, it's
Do you recommend group of guys go through promoters so that they can get the better treatment than just walking up to the strip club on their own? They have to pay cover,
100%.
Right?
If you go to the strip club, so if you take a taxi to a strip club, so how that works is the taxi gets paid from the strip club for the fact that he's bringing you there.
Gotcha.
Right? Because what the strip club looks at is like, okay, maybe these guys could have just jumped in the taxi and like, hey, take us to a strip club, any strip club, and he decides to take them to Rhino, right? So now he's promoting for Rhino, so then Rhino has to pay him a piece just for bringing him in there. However, the guys have to pay cover. But when you pay cover, it's like $40, $50. The kickback is like almost $40.
Oh, wow.
It's crazy. But the kickback is higher.
To the taxi?
To take a taxi. The taxi gets paid mad money.
Because it's basically he did all the work.
Correct.
And then the guys running the strip club, they don't care about the upfront money. They just want them in.
They just want them in because they know when they get them in, they're going to spend more money.
It's a big kickback.
But that's why it is enough motivation for the taxi driver to push him to go there, right? I was like, I'm gonna get $40 a head. I was like, why am I even driving today? You know what I mean?
Facts.
If you're just making 3 guys take it to the Rhino, that's $120 on a trip that's cost, that he's gonna make like $5 off of.
And mind you, he even gets paid for the trip too.
Exactly.
Now, what about the limos that you set him up with? They get kickback too, along with you.
The limo driver?
Yeah.
the limo driver has to get tipped off. I tell the guys, hey, the limo is free. Kind of tell them, hey, I'm hooking you guys up with the limo. You just got to take care of the driver. And sometimes I tell them, like, you don't have it. And then we tell them, like, you will not get a trip. You will not get a ride back.
They're on their own.
They're on their own when they're there. Because they know that most guys don't leave the strip club together. They always, like, get scattered out. Someone leave early, someone leave late. So they don't want to deal with all that, waiting and all that. So, but I told him, if you get cool with the limo guy, you hook him up and get his number. And then when you're ready to leave as a group, text the limo guy again, and then he'll drop you off. But then you're on your own with the limo guy, whatever deal that you want to make with him.
Yeah. Damn, it's crazy. Okay, so then let me ask you this. Because we've been skipping around and we've been going to limo driver, then we went to bottle we went to the table you do. What's the craziest bottle service table you've ever done or been in a situation in?
Okay, the worst one. I don't know anything else that could be worse than this one.
Oh shit.
So it was a 5K min dance floor table. All right. Now it wasn't my client.
Okay.
It wasn't my client. It was like a story that you can't not talk about.
Right.
It was that bad. So it was like 10 people, mixed group, good looking group. It was like a birthday celebration. And this kid had money, right?
Oh, really? Like
he had money, right?
Oh,
yeah, I think he had it was like trust fund money, right?
Oh, okay.
So they get to the table. They order the bottles.
Yeah.
Right out the back. He pays for it. Waits for the bottles. While waiting, this dude's open up a bag of cocaine, puts it on the table, and starts doing a line.
You lying.
I swear to God. So the security is like, looking at this like, are you fucking kidding me right
This
now?
is not happening.
This is not happening.
I thought this was part of the $5,000.
Yeah, like,
this has got to be an April Fool's joke.
Exactly.
Like, I'm pretty sure he was looking like, nah, man.
I thought I can live a fantasy life for one night.
Not for 5K, my friend.
Yeah. So, I mean, I was like, this is not happening. How did this happen?
Yeah.
Are you fucking out of your mind?
Yeah.
Like, don't you know there's like police officers in the casino that they could just take you straight to?
Yeah. And in the club, like.
Yeah. So, I mean, the thing is, like, the rest of the group showed up for his birthday. So, like, they were like, okay, so obviously security just picks him up.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, that ain't happening here. And it's like, I'm not going to say which club it is or whatnot.
Yeah, no.
But, security did their thing, and they took him outside, took him to Metro.
Yeah.
Metro handled the rest of that.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened, but, So now the 5K worth of alcohol came to the table, and the bottles were open. Right?
He already paid or no?
He already paid.
Yeah, you can't
right.
leave
When the
with 'em.
bottles were open, they can't do anything about the bottles.
And funny story about that. Let me stop you right there. Yeah, with Coy, one time we were all hanging out at Light one time, and we were partying, and then a couple of your boys were in the club popping Moet.
Moet, I remember that night.
Yeah. This motherfucker Coy walks out the strip club. I mean, walks out of Light
with the bottle.
He told me I could.
Bro, I'm looking around like, how does this motherfucker walk out the club with the bottle? Like half drunken Moet bottle with his hand, walking out like he on the place.
That was a lit night.
That was crazy. Okay, back to you.
They ordered 80 bottles.
I know. Hey,
80 bottles of Moet.
Hey, relax. That's crazy. But finish the story with
All right,
the 5K.
The bottle's open. So the guys were like, the rest of the group were like, they can't do anything about it, you know. So they were like, "We're gonna leave because it's our friend's birthday. We're not gonna sit here and try to celebrate somebody else's birthday when the birthday boy's not there, right?"
Yeah.
Plus, they had to take care of the situation with Metro, right? So they left. So now all this like 5K with the alcohol, it was like almost 8-9 bottles at the table, and so the promoter who set it up, he hits all the promoters that work for the club. And he's like, "Yo, come to the dance floor table. So bring all the girls you have. I have a free table with like 10 bottles." So like, dude, we just had a good old time at that table. And it wasn't like they allowed us, because the first few bottles that they opened, because they didn't bring all the bottles, but he knew that was a 5K table. So
just finished
we finished whatever the 3-4 bottles that they brought out. And then, we were giving it to girls, like, all the promoters girls, they were hanging out, just partied out, and then we just left after that.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, man, people sometimes think that they can do whatever the hell they want.
In Vegas.
Just because they have a 5K table, it doesn't mean that doesn't roll there. You know what I mean? I mean, you just can't do anything and everything.
Yeah.
Whipped it out. Just whipped it out.
But now that since you opened the can of worm about the 80 bottles of Moet, don't say no names and don't say who. But let's just was that the craziest night you've ever been in? 80 bottles?
80 bottles. Yeah. I mean, as friends of mine, yeah, that's pretty up there.
I mean, could your boy Koi walking out the club with
Dude,
the bottle?
he was.
I was
he's
looking gotta be super
You got a
lit.
bottle in your hand? Like, why you tell me?
It was finished.
Bro, no, it wasn't fair.
It
No,
wasn't
it wasn't
fair.
fair. No, it wasn't. No,
So I don't know how you snuck that bottle out in the
Bro,
first place.
bro.
You were hiding, though. You were hiding that bottle.
Oh man, I think I got a picture from that night too.
Did you?
I might have a picture.
Must have been on your BlackBerry because I know you ain't got that now.
Oh man. So you would say that was probably another crazy night, 80 bottles.
80 bottles, yeah. But I mean, I've had other crazy stories. For me, I mean, this.
What's that one? No, what's that one?
I mean, it was a drug bender type night.
No.
So
we gonna leave that.
yeah,
off the
so I
table.
don't think that's something to talk about.
Okay. All right. Let me ask you this. What's another crazy? What is one thing you miss about promoting life, though?
I think socializing. You know.
Okay.
You know, because it was easy. You know,
Right.
because you're always out and about. You're always interacting. You're meeting great new people.
Yeah.
That's what I love about just in general. Because I hate having to interact with the same people over and over at a job, right?
Right.
But when you work in the nightlife industry, you meet different people every night, or you hang out with different people, or new clients you get hit up with. You get to hang out with them, and you just get to chill with different people on a daily basis. And that was one of the best parts. And the money was good. The money was easy, you know. But here's, you know, like Berta was saying that, you know, separation, you know.
Yeah.
Had I separated my life with the promoting aspect of it and my normal life, I think I would be in a better place.
But how many people could actually do that back in the day, in their early 20s?
So you don't think that way because you live in the moment, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And
100%,
that's
especially
the
in
thing.
Vegas.
That's the thing. Like, I mean, I was making $1,000 a week, just working 3 nights.
Yeah.
You can't beat that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I
And,
don't think anybody
and
can beat
then
that.
you're getting paid to talk to women and people, you know, and
Yeah.
you're getting girls at the club and you get paid for it. And you're setting up at the table. You're literally texting every single day. I mean, my texts were blowing up every weekend. It was like 40, 50, 60 texts on a weekendly base, you know. And then when it comes to like heavy weekends, like, you know, Labor Day or Memorial Day or, you know, Halloween, that it doubles, triples up to like over 100 texts, you know, people trying to get in and et cetera. So, yeah, I mean, the money was really good. It's just like I said, it's like he said, it's a separation of, you know, the life and, you know, your health, especially your health too. That's another thing. You're constantly drinking. So it's like it's like you drink as much as an alcoholic does, but you're just not an alcoholic.
I mean,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah. I mean, yeah, kind of. I mean, yeah.
because you think about it, you go out every night and you get drunk. You go out every night, you get drunk. Wake up, do the same thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Every weekend after weekend after weekend, you know. And then on the days you're off, you're supposed to go do, you know, industry night outs. So you have to go support your other nightclubs that are open during the week. So and you get drunk that night too.
Damn.
So, you know, it's just how it goes.
Let me ask you a question. You were promoted back in the day. We used to see you on the streets all the time, just grinding, you know. What's the biggest difference between back then promoting versus now, before the social media blew up?
So back in the day, man, like we didn't have social media too. I mean, social media wasn't that great, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Instagram wasn't that much.
It wasn't as big.
It wasn't that big, you know. But back in the day, you actually had to walk around the strip, look for people. You know, you see a group of girls, you got to go talk to them, you know, and then majority of the time you get rejected because they think that you're like trying to hustle them or whatever. So, you know, having a business card was very important. Working for, you know, a specific nightclub, you know, that way there's more credibility of who you are, and so they don't feel as threatened of what you're trying to do. You know what I mean? So that helped. Like, so, but now everything is so, you know, remote. You know, everything's done on your phone. People hit up people before they even show up to Vegas, right? But back in the day, people come to Vegas and then you find them, right? Now people already got
Set.
so many setups, contacts. You know, it's so big now. Like the promoting game is so wide that everybody knows everybody. Before you come to Vegas, especially people from California, it doesn't even make sense to go promote on the Strip anymore.
Yeah.
You know, like you'd be lucky once in a while you get a group from Kansas or something that has no idea what's going on. You know, then you go cater to those people. Yeah, but even so, like now it's like I know people from down south and down in the east that show up and they already got a hookup. I was like, damn, people, so the game has completely changed. And, there's also more clubs now, so the competition is a little harder too, So, I mean, compared to back in the day, I mean, promoting was actual promoting. Yeah. You actually have to go out there, actually bust
use
your
your personality and
exactly
how you talk to
now
people.
Your personality is on texting. So you got it.
The girls are just going to see what offers are the best.
Exactly.
And go to that, right?
It's always an offer. It's always whoever gets the best deal. Some girls get comp table. So what happens is you got a group of girls that are set up perfect. This
no
club,
chance.
that club, they're not gonna get scooped up by another promoter.
Yeah.
Guess what? A shitty club that doesn't get as many girls probably offer them a comp table, and guess what? The girls ain't gonna freaking pass up free alcohol.
Yeah.
No way. Only the veterans that comes here all the time. They're like, man, we ain't going to Light. We're gonna be at Excess. We're gonna be at Hakkasan, Omnia. We don't want to go to the place where like at the best DJs. And like
Facts.
exactly.
So being that as it is, what advice could you give to a guy coming into Vegas, moving here, about to start a life, mid-20s, like
I always say the same thing to all the people that I move out here. Keep your people that you meet and friends you make with. Like the new people that you meet. Keep your circle very close. Very small. Don't just trust everybody and everybody, because people in Vegas, if they don't have a use for you, they don't want you. Right? I mean,
What have you done for me lately?
Exactly. So if I have a benefit off you, then you're good with me, right? You're good for me.
Right.
But that's how it is though. Like, what can you do for me?
Yeah.
What can you do for me? But you find out the hard way most of the time, what I mean? Like even with girls, dudes, it doesn't matter. You get burned pretty fast. And I found out that the hard way. Like I remember a friend. It was a girl, it was a girl that I used to talk to, and I liked her a lot, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I thought she was a cool girl, you know what I mean? Like, so she was, so I decided I was like, hey, I'm going to, help you out. So she was in a situation where her car was getting repoed. Right. So she was like kind of venting to me about it. I was like, oh, so what's going on? It's like, yeah, my car's about to get repoed. I'm behind on my, my car rent and all this stuff. Is like, and she's like, oh, I don't want to, tell my dad about it because my dad's going to flip out. And I was like, so she was like, how much is it? And I was like, how much is the bailout, to get the car back? And she goes like, I was like $2,500. I was like, man, I was like, I feel bad. I'm from the South, what I mean? I'm all about the Southern hospitality.
Right.
I have a good heart. So I try to help this girl out. I was like, so I gave her $2,500 to get the car out. Swear to God, the next day, not a single word from her. Completely blocked me off. The day after, like literally the day after, right?
Yeah.
And thing is, we have a lot of mutual friends.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I kind of went up to them and I was like, yo, this is what she did, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I kind of kept it close with who I was saying it to.
Yeah.
But what I did was I even shot a text to her, and so I was like, look, I understand your situation, but you don't need to like block me off.
Yeah.
Kind of fucked up. So I kept her close though. Like I kept her like, you know what, whenever you are ready to pay me back, pay me back.
Yeah.
You didn't have to do what you had to do just like to block me off. And eventually, after like, It took her 8 years.
8 years, but
8 years, but she paid it back.
Okay, I'll take
You know,
it.
so I gave her props for it, and I was
Yeah.
like, hey, you know, I know you were in a bad situation, but you made your money back, and she paid me like payments like $500 every 6-7 months, but still she
Hey,
paid it
hey,
off.
you
You know,
know,
so we're still good. We're great friends now.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes people get into a situation
yeah.
that gets above them.
Yeah, you know, my dad always said the same thing. Is like it's all about what they're going through. You know, sometimes you don't know,
Fact.
and
Super
they're
fact.
worried about how other people think, and they just don't know how to respond to it. So they kind of like get worried, and they don't want to expose themselves. And
So I hear that.
so
Man, were you a one phone guy like back in the promoter days? Or you were 2 phone,
always
3
no,
phone?
1 phone. There's no need for 2 phones, man.
I mean,
Nowadays you have to keep a personal life and a business life. I can understand that, but
yeah.
back in the day, bro, come on. I mean, it's not like the cell phone era was like it is now, right?
True.
Because it's not like you can get 2 or 3 lines and all that crap. Back then, we all had Blackberries.
Yeah,
Because Blackberries was just BBM was awesome, right? You know, especially, remember, back in the day, you're talking about long distance calling and texting were expensive. Especially when we have clients from Canada.
Oh yeah.
And Canadians had all Blackberries. And we were BBM every time. So that's why we all had Blackberries. So the communication was free for us. It was, I mean, it was on a platform where it was BlackBerry's platform, so it was free.
Yeah.
That's the only
Bruh,
reason.
I missed it. I miss it too. I'm not gonna lie to you. I
Yeah,
miss
I do
it,
miss the BlackBerry.
Dog,
man.
I just miss it like
You
that. That
know,
was just convenient.
It was because the biggest convenience is preset text. You know what I mean? For a promoter, that's
Oh, it's
huge.
huge.
Because if a girl is coming and it's like, hey, this is your setup, everything is preset on a text, and then we just copy and paste it.
Boom, boom, boom,
Boom,
boom,
it's
boom,
good.
boom.
You know,
Yeah.
and it's not even a copy and paste. It's just like you put 2 letters in,
Yeah.
automatically the whole text gets put in, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, it's not the same anymore. So I mean,
Nah.
but the game was a little different back then, you know.
Yeah, 100%.
But I think a lot of us first generation promoters, we opened the gates for a lot of the people that got things out right now. If only they knew what we had to go through, you know what I mean? A lot of failures, a lot of trials and tribulations to get to where we are right now.
What would you tell a promoter nowadays? Just starting out.
Don't get cocky, you know. My always first thing is treat your guests with respect. You know what I mean? Because it'll go a long ways.
Really?
Yeah, man. Like my thing is, I think the reason that I was successful in my promoting this is because my personality. I think I was just good to people. I was just kind-hearted. So I understood situations, you know.
Yeah.
I didn't take it to heart as much.
Right.
There's situations that I did.
Yeah.
There's situations I got fired for because of that too.
Yeah.
So,
Hey, man.
you know, I
We
mean,
all do something. We all- yeah.
Exactly. We all go through that
Oh,
sometimes.
yeah. 100%.
But I
100%.
and I tell them like, hey, just, you know, make sure you treat your first client the best time ever.
Yeah.
Because that will last a long time. Because remember, when you show them a good time, it's that residual is that counts the most. Because when they go back home and say, oh, dude, you got to hit up B.
Yeah.
He's going to take care of you. He took care of us all weekend.
Yeah.
He's the freaking man, right? He's the fucking man. He'll hook you up.
Yeah.
You know, we went to this club. We never had to stand in line. We walked right in.
Right?
That's the type of
Yeah.
service that you want to give that first time around, because then, you know, they know to go back and, you know, that's how it is. That's the service you're going to get with me.
Yeah.
And that's what I tell all the promoters, you know, that's what you got to do.
Yeah, I mean, the service, we got with you. That
Exactly.
service we about to get with you tonight.
Exactly. So you know how it is.
Man, yeah, but you know, we about to wrap this up, man. I do appreciate you coming on, man. I know we longtime friends, you family, you like a brother to me. You know, my mom.
He's really
asked
saying that we got to go to the club, so that's why he's rapping this.
you know what I'm saying? You know, it's about that time. Got to get that bottle. But man,
Yeah, that comp bottle, you mean, that I got for you, player? Yeah.
Like I said, I appreciate you, my guy.
No problem.
But
anytime.
man, I appreciate everybody for listening. I thank you guys again. Me and Coy back on the road tomorrow, headed back home to do another one. Man, I thank everybody for listening, subscribing. I appreciate everybody for telling everybody about everything, man. We out of here. Good night.